Bill, when is it okay to leave a child unattended in the car? I said, Ma, did you leave me alone unattended in the car for 5 minutes? She said, yes, but I rolled the windows up so no one could get in.
He's here for you tonight. Please help me welcome the very funny Dr. Bill Miller.
I'm a doctor. My name is Dr. Bill Miller. Thank you very much. You're not impressed, neither are my patients. I became a doctor because my parents are Jewish and they made me. And I started doing comedy because I'm a bad doctor. You know that expression, 4 out of 5 doctors recommend? I'm the 5th guy. I've been a doctor a long time, seen a lot of changes, but a lot of things stay the same. We know you guys lie to us. Yeah, we do. You don't take your medicine like you're supposed to. You're not taking your medicine, man. Your pressure's 215 over 110. What's up? All right, doc, you got me. It says don't take with alcohol. You got anything that works with alcohol? But what you guys don't realize, we lie to you too. We act like we care. Well, we would care if you just got to the point. I do emergency medicine. People come in and they don't get to the point right away. We got a lot of people to see, hi, I'm Dr. Miller, why are you here? Well, you know, and the guy's holding his arm. He said, well, I was chasing my kid. I got a 2-year-old kid, you know, he's a little guy and he's chasing around the living room. You know, I got a coffee table, it's got a triangle like that. And the legs go out, and you know those Tonka trucks? What, did you fall? Is that what happened? Did you fall on your damn elbow? Is that what happened? Tell me what hurts and I'll x-ray it. I don't need a diagram of your living room furniture to let me know your 2-year-old outsmarted your dumb ass. My parents pushed me into medicine. I went to Northwestern right here down the street. I graduated from the bottom of my class. I wasn't the lowest. I beat one guy. He's now a faith healer in Rockford. So I do these emergency shifts, and I did a shift last week, and I'm reading, if you're in healthcare, you know you got to keep your license current, so you got to keep your hours up. So I'm reading these continuing medical education articles. And the article has said if a woman smokes and drinks when she's pregnant, it can cause cognitive impairment to the unborn child, like many IQ points below their potential. And I'm looking at the article, and I'm thinking, I beat one guy. So I called my mother. And I said, Ma, did you smoke and drink when you were pregnant with me? And she said, you mean at the same time? Well, it was that one time at your cousin's wedding, I was having a glass of Chardonnay and someone gave me a Virginia Slim. They went so good together, I enjoyed it for the next 14 years. Why? Because it can cause cognitive impairment to the unborn child, like many IQ points below their potential. She said, I'm so sorry. We had no idea back then, but I'm really glad you told me. You're glad I told you? Why? She goes, because up until now I thought it was my DNA that made you such a moron. Now I know it was the alcohol and the tobacco. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Thank you very much. I went to visit her. She lives in California, 93 years old. Yeah. So I went to visit her. In California, if you don't get a ticket or an accident after you're 84, you just got to go in and take your written test. So it's time for her to take her written test to get her license renewed. 93. So we're driving to the DMV, and she's getting nervous. She goes, Bill, take the test for me. I said, Ma, I can't. They got cameras all over, plus I only beat one guy. Now do the best you can. So there's 18 questions, you can only miss 3. She took the test, she missed 15 questions. So we're going home, we're going over the questions at home. And first of all, she missed every road sign there is. Woman's driving 71 years without knowing what a yield sign is. And then I said, Ma, that's the railroad crossing. And she goes, I can hear the train. What do I need to see the sign for? And then there was one question that she missed. It was a multiple choice question. when is it okay to leave a child unattended in the car? And the first answer was never. The second answer was something about a car seat. And the third answer was if you're only going to be 5 minutes. That's the one she picked. I said, Ma, did you leave me unattended in the car for 5 minutes? She said, yes, but I rolled the windows up so no one could get in. It's hot in California. She said, you were such a good sleeper, I had to shake you to wake you up. I'm thinking, that's great, on top of fetal alcohol syndrome. I got heat injury to my brain and cap it all off with shaken baby syndrome. It's a wonder I can speak. I started doing comedy after medical school, and I was getting a little bit of success. I was going around the road, and I got working my way up in the clubs, and I got some television shows back in the day, and then I got married and had a daughter, and I didn't want to be that absentee dad. You know, I didn't want to be the guy to get the phone call. Yeah, she just said Dada. You know, she just took her first step. I didn't want to be that guy, so I gave it all up, and I worked as a doctor. You know, I did the right thing, I thought. And I remember holding that 6-month-old baby girl. And if you have kids at home, you know that they can look at you with those eyes that are just killer. And I'm looking at this baby girl, and I'm looking in those eyes, and I'm saying to myself, you crushed my dreams. and you know what I'm talking about, don't you? And then I had 2 more kids, and I did the right thing. I worked as a doctor, you know, and they're getting older. And when they're in middle school, you know, they're starting to ask me, because I'm a doctor, they said, Dad, you know, I got an algebra test, and I really didn't study for it. Can you write me a doctor's note? You know, I got to do the mile, Dad, and I'm not ready. Can you write me a note? I don't want to go on the field trip. Can you please write me a note? So I did what any good parent who's also a doctor would do. I charged them. It was $25 a note. And they're asking me for all these notes, and I'm writing them, and all of a sudden, where are they getting this money? I only give them $5 a week allowance. And then it dawned on me, they're selling them to the kids in the neighborhood. They're making all kinds of money, and they're not cutting me in. So I cut them off. I went direct to the kids in the neighborhood. And then I was in medical school, and I just didn't fit in. If you got kids at home, don't make them do stuff they don't want to do. Let them follow their own path. I knew I didn't fit into medical school from day one. Day one, we didn't fit in. Give you an example. We get a lecture from the neuroanatomy professor that's telling us the human body is a bundle of reflexes designed to keep you upright and functioning. You hit this goes up. You hit that goes up. Any questions? Yeah. How come when you scratch your eye, your mouth opens? The guy looked at me and said, were you left in a car unattended for 5 minutes? Yeah, and we lie to you. We lie to you by omission. We lie to you by omission. You ever be in a public place and they go, is there a doctor in the house? And you don't hear nothing? We shut up. We don't want to get involved. Especially true on a plane. I don't like to fly. True story. I'm flying back from Austin, Texas. It was Monday morning. I did comedy there for a week. I just wanted to sleep it off. As soon as the plane took off, I hear on that intercom and that pilot talk they learned in flight school. This is the pilot. They all talk like that, no matter what airline. It's like part of flight school. If there's a doctor on the flight, please identify yourself by pushing the flight attendant light. So I waited a couple of minutes to make sure there wasn't another doctor on the flight. It's kind of like a staring contest. I said, all right, I took an oath. I pushed the light. Flight attendant comes up. She goes, you're a doctor? I said, yeah, I'm the doctor. I'm the 5th guy, but I'm a doctor. Come with me, you'll do. So we start walking through first class into the cockpit. Honest to God, the co-pilot's having a heart attack. Yeah, now, back where the people sit, the plane's big, but you get to the cockpit, it's small. Pilot's here, I'm right in the middle, co-pilot's here. I looked at him, he's all pale and sweaty and clutching his chest. Textbook signs of a heart attack. So I said to the pilot, dude, we gotta land. And he said, okay. And I thought, that's power. You put this bitch down. I was feeling good. I grabbed the microphone.
This is the doctor. We'll be landing and free drinks for everybody.
That's my time. I'm Dr. Bill. Thank you.
Dr. Bill Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let him hear ya.